Beach, the city by the sea. A special thanks to City Manager Donna Gaydon for having us again. I'm also joined by Senator Todd Kaminsky, who represents Long Beach and is a Long Beach native. We also have with us Dr. Aaron Glatt. He is the chairman of the Department of Medicine and chief of infectious diseases at Mount Sinai, South Nassau. And he has also been my liaison to the Orthodox Jewish community throughout the pandemic, and I want to thank you for that connection. We have with us James Hodge, who is board chairman of the MLK Center right here in the city of Long Beach. And we also have Pastor Mark Moses and Bishop Isaac Melton. And what we're announcing today is really a conversation, the result of a conversation that we had with these clergy members and with Todd and with James about increasing testing here in Long Beach. But before we get to that, I just want to go over the numbers. We have 29 new positives for a total of Nassau residents testing positive for COVID from the very beginning of this pandemic, from March, 41,249. Hospitalizations continue to go down. We're down 2 to 96. Ventilated patients continue to go down. We're down 2 to 19. I am sorry to say we do have one new death for total Nassau residents who've passed away of COVID complications to 2,172. The number of people tested in the last batch was 3,054. 29 of those tested positive. That means we're still at about 1% of all people testing positive. That is good news. That has been consistently good news for a while now, for several days running. We want to keep that going. Testing is such an important part to coming back, to bringing our economy back. Viral testing is robust and continues to be robust. In fact, I have a fun fact for you. Total number of people in Nassau County who've been tested for COVID for the viral tests, 252,569. That's a lot of people, over 250,000 people. The more we test, the more we can contain the spread of the virus to safely and promptly and on time reopen our economy here in Nassau County. This and the health and well-being of our residents is why my team and I have been working really hard to expand testing in all communities in Nassau County. So in early April, we began a partnership with our community clinics, the FQHCs, to provide testing in hard-hit communities. And now we are fortunate to add another additional testing facility right here in Long Beach. And I want to give a special thanks to Senator Todd Kaminsky, to Pastor Mark Moses, Bishop Melton, and James Hodge for your advocacy to get this testing center up and running. We were talking about this. We were doing a food distribution down in Long Beach several days ago, and the question was asked, can we get some testing in Long Beach? So working with our wonderful partners at Mount Sinai, South Nassau, the answer now is yes. And again, a huge thanks to Mount Sinai, South Nassau for being such a great partner with this and being nimble and allowing this to happen. So the facility will conduct both viral and antibody tests outside the Mount Sinai South Nassau Center for Primary Care right here in Long Beach, beginning next Tuesday, June 23rd. So making sure that we have testing in all of our communities helps us to quickly and identify positive cases. And then our health department and their wonderful contact tracing team jumps right on it to reach out to other people in the community who may have had contact so that we can test them and isolate them if necessary. Long Beach has been a hard-hit community. This city has had more than 750 confirmed cases of COVID-19 and is considered a high-risk area for spread because housing here is a little more dense. It's a very social area. There are a lot of people together. We know that a lot of people come here, tourists come here, people who don't live here like to come and go out to dinner now that we have outdoor dining, and soon we'll have indoor dining just as of next Wednesday. There's the beach, there's the boardwalk. So we want to make sure that our residents in Long Beach feel safe and secure. We want to make sure that people feel comfortable to come and spend time and maybe spend a little money in Long Beach. That wouldn't be such a bad thing either. So that's another reason why this testing facility is so very important. So both viral and antibody testing will be conducted on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. by appointment only. To make an appointment, call 516-544-2351. 516-544-2351. Now we're talking a lot about physical health. I do want to talk briefly about mental health and the economic shutdown, isolation, disruption of routines. A lot of factors are exacerbating mental health issues in all of our communities. So we're doing a mental health live webinar. It's a Nassau County Department of Social Services and Mental Health and Drug Dependency, along with state agencies, are partnering together and going to be talking. It's a 2-hour webinar. It's going to be very, very informative with the top experts talking about mental health issues, what kinds of addiction services are available, what help there is for those who are developmentally disabled. So please, if you want, it's limited how many people can be in it. However, if you are interested, there is still space available. You go to bit.ly /NC Town Hall 2020. Okay? We just have with us Kyle Rose Louder, who is our Deputy County Executive, who is been wonderful with our food distributions, with overseeing the health department along with Larry, and also she is instrumental in this town hall as well. Also discussing evolving ways of delivering mental health services. Telehealth has really been accelerated, and people I speak to are giving it rave reviews that this is not virtually as good. It can be as good as in-person counseling. So we have a flyer up. Have a look at it. I can give you that website again if you didn't get it the first time. Would anyone like to say a few words? Todd, you want to talk? All right, sure thing.
Hi everybody, I'm Senator Todd Kaminsky. One of the most underrated qualifications of an elected official is the ability to listen. And sometimes people think about action and they think about big speeches, but listening is really important. And when we heard from our clergy here in Long Beach that their congregants were having difficulty finding free available testing, I knew right away that was an area we had to tackle, because as the county executive said, through her leadership, the way through this virus is by testing. And the more we test and the more we're able to jump on issues as soon as we find them, we're able to bend the curve, and we're going to continue to do that. So having testing here on this barrier island, free testing available to anyone, even if they can't traditionally afford medical procedures, is really important. And right here on Franklin Boulevard, thanks to Mount Sinai South Nassau, we're going to be able to do that. So I really appreciate our clergy, as well as James Hodge from the MLK Center, for advocating for all of us, to the county executive for really leading. This is not just talking. Today we're doing. We're actually coming up with a real solution. And to all my fellow residents here in Long Beach, please come and get tested. A viral test, an antibody test. It's right here. Make an appointment. It's as easy as pie to come on down here. And thanks to Mount Sinai South Nassau, we will be able to have a more healthy community and continue to bend the curve here on Long Island. Thank you, County Executive, for your leadership.
Thank you very much, Senator. James Hodge.
Thank you. First of all, I just wanted to thank all the parties that are part of this. Thank my pastor, Bishop Milton, and Pastor Moses, and all of those in our county executive and our senator, and again to Mount Sinai. Thank you for all working together to make testing more accessible and available. Again, like the senator said, more testing will help out our communities, will help out our county, and in turn help out our state. And again, we'd like to thank you for hearing our call and answering it and making this a testing site. So we'd like to thank again our city manager and just all those involved. Again, thank you for helping to make this happen.
Thank you very much, James. Would anyone else like to speak? Dr. Blatt?
So it's an honor to be here representing Mount Sinai South Nassau. An honor for us to work with all of the other community organizations to set this up, and an honor to work with the county executive and the Commissioner of Health, Dr. Eisenstein. Really a pleasure for us to work and collaborate with them. I would point out that in addition to the services that we can provide in terms of COVID antibody testing and COVID testing, looking to see who has active disease, this beautiful site here is available for all patients in the community, regardless of their insurance, to come and get their primary care. So this is in addition to the new services that we're adding. This facility is a wonderful facility that people can get their care at. Living in Long Beach or any place nearby on the Barrier Island, we'd be thrilled to help provide your primary care all your screening care, your follow-up care for chronic illnesses, right on this site where we have some board-certified internists, internal medicine residents that are very eager to provide care to you and looking forward to do so. I would also stress that in this period of time where, thank God, under the county's leadership, we've seen the decreasing numbers of COVID cases occurring. This is the time for people who have not gotten their elective medical care needs taken care of. They push them aside to come back to their primary care doctor, go to their subspecialist, and schedule those procedures. It is very, very safe for people who've been pushing off procedures to get those procedures done now. And if there's any doubt whether it's safe, get yourself COVID antibody tested to see if you've been exposed to COVID. If you have symptoms or exposures, get yourself COVID tested with a PCR test. It's a very good test to see if you do have a active, albeit mild or asymptomatic case. That's how we will prevent further spread of this illness in our communities, which thank God we're seeing such a decrease. But the only way we'll do that is if people who do get exposed or do have any symptoms come and get tested. So now it's really a great opportunity as we come into the summer for people to make sure that they're healthy, get the medical care that they may have pushed off in any of our facilities, any other facilities, and stay healthy. And I thank the county executive for giving us the opportunity to partner with her and with the entire community-based organizations here in Long Beach to do this, I think, essential service for our community. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Gladden. You made a really good point that I want to underscore. Please do not put off medical care, medical services that you need because of fears of COVID. I know that the doctor's office and the clinics are the safest place right now, and you have very strict protocols in place to keep patients safe and to keep your employees safe. And please don't put off care that could hurt your health long-term down the road. And I want to give a special thanks to the staff of Mount Sinai South Nassau. You guys have been on the front lines and have done fantastic, heroic work, and we're really grateful for you, and you continue to do it, so thank you. Esteemed clergy members, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you. I just want to say to our county executive, Curran, thank you so very much, to Senator Todd Kaminsky, to my colleague, Elder Mark Moses, to Brother James Hodge. Thank you so very much for hearing the clarion call that we might come together to test this community and to provide the services that are needed. This helps us to further combat and to get ahead of the coronavirus and to maintain the quality of health that we all so much stand in need of. And we appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Bishop. Pastor Moses?
And in echoing the sentiments of our Bishop Melton, we thought it necessary to get this testing site in the city of Long Beach, because as we are clergy members, we must understand that our greatest asset is the people. And we need to make sure that our people are protected and safe. And thank you, County Executive and Senator Kaminsky, for listening and putting together a team that will make this happen. And we just want you to know that with God on our side, we will make it through this, and we will be all right. Thank you.
And thank you very much for your partnership and teamwork in getting this done. All right, happy to take any questions that you might have.
County Executive, is this something that should have been done previously? Is this late in opening this facility?
I believe it is never too late to do the right thing. Yes, Dr. Glatt.
So this facility has been doing COVID testing from the start of the epidemic, as soon as such testing was available, and has been doing antibody testing. So this facility is not late to come by any means. We're happy to partner with everybody. Every patient who wishes to get tested here, we're happy to take care of them.
You say, Doctor, you've been doing this already?
We have been doing for our patients to come to our practice.
Oh, I see.
Anybody coming here would get those services.
So
This is to open it up to everybody, even if they're not our patients.
The difference here is that your patients were directed here. Now it's open to the community as a whole.
It's always been open to the whole community, but this is more of an effort for us to outreach to the entire community.
Off topic, is that all right? You got the you going on topic? Whatever you'd like.
That's fine.
On. The governor just announced 2 executive orders regarding safe distancing in restaurants, congregations outside, saying that he can close restaurants down and they can lose their liquor regarding the congregations, and B, he also is asking local governments to help him enforce this order. I'm just saying, are we prepared to do that?
You know, I have to say, our businesses and our residents have been doing a fantastic job and continue to do a fantastic job. Because we had very difficult times during the surge, we were right up against it. The fact that we've had that experience, we're all wise now. We all know what we have to do. I don't believe we have to lecture people about social distancing, about PPE, about washing their hands. You know why? Because they know it and they're doing it.
So you're not receiving a lot of complaints regarding restaurants not following the rules of the phase 2?
By all accounts, people are doing the right thing, and I know that we're going to keep it going.
County Executive, it would seem that in the public imagination, reopening is predominant. The beaches are jammed, the weather is nice. President Trump apparently said last night that the virus is fading away. How do you counter all this?
Well, I would talk to Dr. Larry, my wonderful health commissioner, who happens to be an infectious disease specialist. We know that this virus is not going away. We also know that we have to reopen society. We have to get people back to work. We know, number 3, that this is the key to doing both safely.
And if I might just ask, Governor Cuomo, I think, is going to stop doing his briefings. Are you?
Well, that's a great question. I like to keep my briefings short and to the point, give people news that they can use. And we have a lot of good news to share about our numbers, about reopening. People have questions. And as long as it is valuable to get the information out there and to have them take the press questions, I'll continue doing this.
You mean each day?
We'll see. We can be flexible and nimble. We'll see. If there is a need to get the information out, we will continue to get it out to the public and to the press. All right, are we good? All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.